Indigenes of Gelegele community in Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State have appealed to the state government and other relevant authorities to provide them with standard schools for learning and to rehabilitate the access road linking to the community. When BTV News visited Gelegele community, the school building is in a deplorable state as students sat on bare floor to learn. Our senior reporter, Best Orator, has the rest of the story.
And this is stuff like okay.
This is the situation at Ikweti Grammar School in Gelegele community in Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State. For our first-time visitor, the school building alone tells it all that all is not well for the students learning in the school. And entering into the school building, students sat on bare floor to learn as there were neither chairs nor desk. The building has broken roofs as well as damaged writing boards. The worst hit is bad toilet facility, prompting students to use the bush area to answer nature's call. Another sorry story about the school is lack of teachers, as only 2 volunteered community teachers are in the school with excessive workload of teaching multiple subjects coupled with lack of teaching aids and poor welfare package. Speaking with BTV News, the volunteered teachers Ruben Mito and Abba Blessing said it is not easy coping with the unconducive school environment and only getting stipends from the community, which they said is not even coming on a regular basis. They appeal to the state government to integrate them into the state teaching service and employ more teachers in the school to improve learning.
I'm a community teacher. It's community that is paying us to assist the system because it's too awkward to leave the 2 teachers on grant. We need teachers, come up, give us teachers. The other time they complained that teachers wouldn't like to come to remote area. Then we say, okay, we'll recommend names for them. We did the recommendation and yet nothing has happened. And then what we look at is that the area is not safe for students too because the area is dilapidated. For instance, no ceiling. That's why this cold time is so severe. No ceiling, no windows, no doors. So even the teachers cannot keep their stationaries in the school. Even the senior, the same thing. Like the library there now, there's nothing to write home about there, nothing. So we call for government to come to our aid.
The students also appealed to the government to provide them with good school building so as to help them improve on their studies.
We are lacking of many things. We're lacking of teachers. We are science students and we need science teachers. And we are lacking of chairs. With the students, we are sitting on the floor. So we need chairs. And the school is rough. And we need maintenance in the school. We are with the students. Sometimes when we come to school, we don't know what to do because there's no teachers. The roof, we need to change the roof because there are so many damages about the roof. We need to change the roof. There's nothing good about the school.
We just strive because we don't have choice. We can't travel from here to another community to learn because we have schools here. We just need to study and strive. Many of us, we don't even understand many teachings, but sometimes we still understand. Like the teachers, we don't have many teachers. Only few teachers. Like one teacher take almost to 5 lessons, and that's very difficult for them. And the environment also is not conducive for learning. The school is not well fenced. There's no chairs and there's no textbooks. It looks very difficult in learning in this environment, and we beg the government to help us.
Meanwhile, the Amako Suwe of Gelegele community, Chief Macaulay Ayuwe, said it is sad that the community has been neglected by successive governments. He added that the community lacks good road network, standard school for learning for children in the community, and further said the community ought not to be lacking anything because it houses the crude depot, which is contributing to the GDP of the state and country at large.
Gelegele is an oil-producing community in Edo State, and we supposed not to be lacking of the social amenities. I have mentioned the road which everybody knows. The former governor do pass this road, and he do see how good and bad it is. Those rain season and dry season, he has been passing the road before he left. Now we have got a new government. We are pleading as a community for the present government to come to give us the needful that they're supposed to give us. You see, we have 2 schools here, the primary school the secondary school. No one is fenced around. So that a lot of time people do encroach onto the land, which give us concern seriously. And if these two schools have fence around in the first place, it will help the community, also help the government, also help the teachers that are teaching. The secondary school, as you see it, the building is a dilapidated building. Building that you cannot write anything about it. The windows and doors, all the cracked places in the building should be maintained, that our children should be happy. Because when school is well built, well conditioned, the scholars are happy, the teachers are happy.
The executive chairman of Gelegele community, Omaomi Olu Dirimo, alongside the Secretary of Education Task Force in Gelegele community, James Opohi, said with what the Gelegele community has in natural resources, the community should not even be lacking in the area of infrastructure. They appealed to Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo to swing into action immediately to bring the needed development to the community to improve the living standard of Gelegele people. They also made passionate appeal for the realization of the seaport project so as to fast-track the economic and developmental growth to the community.
In no small measure, to the coffers of Edo State. And it will also interest you to know that Gelegele community is the first oil-producing community in Edo State. One of the first in the whole of Niger Delta. One of the first. And you can see the environment for yourself. It doesn't tally. It doesn't relate with the contributions we make and the infrastructures in place. So what we are saying is that the government should do more, especially this new administration, because we are hopeful that this new administration, they will do the needful. We've been neglected by successive government, successful administration, right from military to civilian rule. So we want to believe in our new governor, the brand new governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, that his attention will be drawn to this area. And you also remember that the Gelegele Seaport is a project that will also benefit the entirety of the state and Niger Delta as a whole. So I want to say this specifically, that we know exactly what will facilitate the establishment of the seaport. This is a river seaport. It's easy. If the government is serious, we'll give them a template on how they will succeed.
We need Superb, the chairman of Superb, to come to our aid. Our educational facilities here are nothing to write home about. If you look at the school environment, look at the structures, they are all dilapidated. The teachers are not there. We don't have teachers. We don't have desks, good functional library. We don't have laboratories in our secondary school here. And it's so appalling that a community of this magnitude, an oil producing community in Edo State, does not have a very good educational standard. We are calling on the government, the state government, and all necessary government agencies to please come to our aid. As you can see, as a task force member, and you can see behind members of the task force of the community, we are helping to ensure that our pupils, our students, goes to school.
Gelegele community is oil-producing community in Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.